to another video review, and today we have the opportunity to take a look at the Transformers Legacy Evolution Dinobot Sludge Core Class figure, which is figure 1 out of 6 to form Volcanicus. For the contents inside this packaging, we get the figure itself, we get the instruction manual, and we get the attachment, which requires some assembly for putting this figure together. So for the articulation on this figure, I'm just going to say right off the bat, it is a little limited. The shoulders can go up this high. They can rotate all the way around because it's on a ball joint. The head can rotate left and right, but cannot look up and down because it's just in a fixed position. There is a torso swivel, as you can see right there. If you move the dyno head up, you probably could do all the 360, as you just saw. Now for the legs, here we are with the legs. This is the wonkiness of this figure, which suffers in my opinion, but I know why it's done, so we can have Volcanicus. So you can move the leg up this high once you move the skirt out the way. You can move the leg out this far. You can move it back this far, but it's hindered by the dinosaur heads, but you can get all the way up if you move the head, as you can see right there. Now for the legs, you have a swivel right here because that's the mushroom peg, and it has one right there. They could do a wide stance, but it does get ugly right here, as you see, with none of the thighs really being there. But other than that, this figure is, I'm not going to say it's it's unique. So we'll just keep it as that. And now here we are for comparison purposes. Here I have Transformers Evolution Dinobot Slug and Dinobot Sludge right here in the middle, as you can see. And just looking at those two right now, they scale very well. And I like that their color paint details are exactly the same way, so that we'll get a uniform Volcanicus when we collect all 6 of the figures. But now looking towards the Power of the Primes Sludge and comparing it with the core version, as you can see where it did get some of its details from and the sculpting, and I see what they're trying to do. But as you see, compared to the Power of the Primes figure, it's definitely more detailed than what we get with the core class. And that's just showing you how it scales and how it compares. Now, on the far right of the screen, here we have just a core size figure as in Ratchet, just to show the comparison on how well they scale with the new core size figures. Yes, I do think the Dinobots should be a little taller than the main class characters in the core line, but I'm okay with them being this size just to fill out the line of Autobots, because we do not have a lot of those, but we have more Decepticons coming. So, but yes, this is just a group shot, guys. I just want to show you some comparisons on the scale compared to core to deluxe, as you see right here. So now it's time for transformation. Now that we have Sludge transform into its dino mode, this is what we get. And there's not much details on it besides the gold head and the gold feet. There's not much to it, as you see right here. Yeah, there's no type of articulation in anything. So, yes, this is sort of like a paperweight mode. And here we are for comparison purposes. As you see, all the sludges that I own. We have the Studio Series, we have the Power of the Primes, and now we have the brand new Transformers Legacy Evolution Core Class Dinobot Sludge. Now here we are with my last comparison, and here we have the Dinobot Slug, which is slag in my opinion. with Dinobot Sludge. And as you see right here, I feel like the scale on these two figures are out of proportion. I would love to have seen Sludge a lot bigger. Look at how small he is compared to Slug. I don't know why they think this Brontosaurus is shorter than a Triceratops. But anyway, this is just showing you how they're not scaling the right way, in my opinion. When compared to Core Class Optimus Prime, the scale seems to appear a little better, but still, Sludge seems very tiny compared to the other two figures on screen. And lastly, before I get ready to wrap this review up, I want to show you the third mode of this figure. And let's get it transformed as if it was ready for Volcanicus. So let's go ahead and get this out the way. First, you want to rotate the hands up just because the instructions tells you to. Next thing you want to do is rotate the legs right here, just like this. So you got them rotated, and then wants you to flip these up here. They're going to tab in. I don't know if you can see, but when they're tabbed in, they're locked. As you see, they're tight and flush. And here we go right here. Just like that. Well, there we go. So that part is pretty much done. Now if you have slag, you take this piece, put it in right here. And now you take this, which I've already have transformed, ready for you, off camera, as you combine it just like this. And then the inside of the arms, you got these circles right here. They just peg right here. And then you do the same thing on this side. And here we have Dinobot Sludge and Slag in the Volcanicus mode, as you see right here. Well, I'm gonna move those down. For some reason, I don't like those sticking up. But as you see right here, we got a good looking torso and lower region of Sludge. So now it's time for the Yeah Bro figure rating review of this toy. The first category of the Yeah Bro rating system is the paint details. And I'm gonna just be honest, just looking at this figure, I thought Sludge had minimal paint details, but this figure right here has even less. So with that being said, this figure for the paint details is okay. So the second category is the molding. And yes, this molding is brand new, and I don't really have an issue with it as a whole. It does lack posability, and that could affect playability, but for what it is, being 1 out of 6 for the Volcanicus Combiner Core Class figure, I think it's great. Now, I do think it suffers with the posability in the arms, and also with the way the legs are movable and how they rotate. And I feel like the legs on the hips of Sludge, I wish those could have came off and been separate pieces, like to form bazookas or something like that. But that's just me just thinking out of the box. I'm trying to be creative. But overall in the toy, it is a brand new mold, and it's okay. The final category is the playability and execution. And yes, this figure is executed very well because it does represent Dinobot Sludge in robot mode and also in Dinobot mode. Now the playability feature of this, now it's definitely limited due to the posability. And like I said, you could play with it in robot mode for the most part. And then Dinobot doesn't really have any playability. It's just like a paperweight. There's no type of articulation in it. The jaw is closed. The feet doesn't move. But it's still an okay figure. So other than that, I mean, it's great for what it is, and you will get some playability out of it, but not as much as you did when you had the Core Class Slug figure. In conclusion, I feel like this Sludge figure is okay. Yes, it is a must-buy if you plan on getting all 6 to form Volcanicus. But other than that, just to have as individual standalone Dinobot Core Class figures, I'm not so sure that this mold satisfies your hunger to complete those Core Class collection of core class figures to fill out that line that will scale well with our Titan size figures. So if you're interested in purchasing this figure, I end up picking up my copy through Amazon as a pre-order a while back. The figure cost me $11.99 plus taxes and is in stock at Amazon.com, and you can get it shipped today once you purchase it. The link will be posted below, so if you choose to purchase one, I've already put the link below to put it in your web browser or on your phone so that you can easily access to this figure. In conclusion, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing these 4 actions, it shows my channel a tremendous amount of support and also positive feedback. As always, thank you for your time that you spent watching my video. Until next time, yeah bro, I'll see you soon.